Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to our top 10 Lux channel. So make sure to watch the full video. The top 10 richest people in the world are: 1. Elon Musk. Age, 51. Co-founder and CEO of Tesla, is from Texas. $103 billion in assets. 15%, $90.6 billion, of Tesla's equity. Extra resources: Twitter, $16.2 billion, and The Boring Company, $3.33 billion, are both privately held companies, as are Space Exploration Technologies, $46.9 billion. Elon Musk, who was raised in South Africa, first studied at an institution of higher learning in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, where he received a bachelor's degree in both economics and physics. Musk postponed attendance to establish Zip2, one of the first internet navigation services, 2 days after enrolling at Stanford University's graduate physics program. He used some of the money from this firm to build X.com, an online payment platform that was later purchased by eBay, EBAY, and transformed into Pay. 2. Bernard Arnault. Age, 73. Paris's home CEO and chairperson, LVMH, Assets, $138 billion. Owning 97.5% of Christian Dior, worth a total of $109 billion. Other assets: $8.85 billion in cash, unreported equity in Hermès, and $20.9 billion in Moelis & Company equity. A citizen of France, the head of the world's largest manufacturer of luxury goods, LVMH, is Bernard Arnault. Marc Jacobs, Hennessy, Sephora, and Louis Vuitton are just a few of the LVMH brands. The holding firm Christian Dior SE, which owns a sizable portion of LVMH at 41.2%, is where the majority of Arnault's money is derived from. 23. Groupe Familial Arnault, the family-owned holding firm, holds his shares in Christian Dior SE as well as an additional 6.2% in LVMH. 3. Gautam Adani. 60 years of age, hometown, India's Gurgaon. Adani Group, founder and leader, $100 billion in assets. Power and transmissions companies owned by Adani, 75% of each, $72.24 billion, is invested in the business. 65% of Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, $12.1 billion public asset, 61% of Adani Green Energy, $23.8 billion public asset, and 37% of Adani Total Gas, $17.9 billion public asset, are other assets. Mukesh Ambani was eclipsed as Asia's richest person in March 2022 by Gautam Adani, founder of the Adani Group. Through his ownership of the Adani Group, Adani holds significant shares in 6 important Indian corporations, including 75% of Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, and Adani Transmissions, 65% of Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, 61% of Adani Green Energy, and 37% of Adani Total Gas. 4. Jeff Bezos. Age, 58. Washington, D.C., as home Amazon is both founder and CEO, AMZN, a $126 billion net worth. 10%, $102 billion, of Amazon's equity. The Washington Post, $250 million in private assets, Blue Origin, $9.15 billion, and $14.1 billion in cash are some further assets. Just a few months after leaving the major hedge fund D.E. Shaw, Jeff Bezos launched Amazon.com in a garage in Seattle. David E. Shaw, his former boss, had initially been approached about the possibility of an online bookstore, but Shaw had shown no interest. 5. Bill Gates. Age, 67. Co-founder of Microsoft, Washington, MSFT, $101 billion in assets. 1.3%, $23.9 billion, of Microsoft ownership. Cascade Investment LLC, with public assets of $51.6 billion, and $54 billion in cash, are additional assets. Bill Gates and Paul Allen, a boyhood buddy, started working together to create new software for the first microcomputers while they were both students at Harvard University in 1975. In response to the achievement of this project, Gates left Harvard during his junior year and co-founded Microsoft with Allen. 6. Warren Buffett. Age, 92. Nebraska, where live boss, Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.A, $103 billion in wealth. A. Berkshire Hathaway, 16%, $102 billion, of the total equity. Besides that, you have $1.05 billion in cash. Warren Buffett, the most well-known living value investor, filed his first tax return in 1944 when he was just 14 years old, stating revenues from a paper route he had worked as a child. Number 7. Larry Ellison. Age, 78. Co-founder, chair, and CTO of Oracle, Hawaii-based, ORCL, $93 billion in assets. 40% plus, or $65.6 billion, of Oracle's ownership. Other assets include real estate, cash, and Tesla shares, which together total $10.2 billion in public assets. To a single, 19-year-old mother, Larry Ellison was born in New York City. In 1966, after leaving the University of Chicago, Ellison relocated to California and started a career as a computer programmer. He began working for Ampex in 1973, an electronics company, when he first met future business partners Ed Oates and Bob Miner. Ellison joined Precision Instruments 3 years later, where he currently holds the position of Vice President of Research and Development. 8. Larry Page. Age, 49. Dwelling in California. Alphabet is a board member and co-founder, Google. $87.8 billion net worth. 6%, $73.7 billion in total, of Alphabet is owned. Cash of $14.1 billion counts as other assets. In a college dorm room, Larry Page began his journey to fame and money, similar to several other tech millionaires on this list. Page and his friend Sergey Brin developed the concept of enhanced internet data extraction, were both students at Stanford University in 1995. Due to its capability to evaluate links to a page, the team created a novel search engine technology they called Backrub. 9. Mukesh Ambani. Age 65, of Mumbai, India. Reliance Industries, the proprietor. Assets, $87.6 billion. 42% of the entire, $84.2 billion, ownership is held by Reliance. Realty worth $410 million is among the other assets. The largest oil refiner and one of the most valuable firms in the world, Reliance Industries, is led by Mukesh Ambani as chairman and managing director. As a textiles business, the conglomerate was started by Dhirubhai Ambani, Ambani's father, in 1966. It is now one of the key sectors of the Indian economy. Oil and gas, petrochemicals, refining, retail, and media are all parts of Reliance's operations. 10. Sergey Brin. 49 years old, dwelling in California. Alphabet is a board member and co-founder, Google. $84 billion in wealth. 6%, $69.9 billion in total, of Alphabet is owned. Cash of $14.1 billion counts as other assets. Russian-born Sergey Brin emigrated to the United States in 1979 when he was 6 years old. He was born in Moscow, Russia. In 1998, Brin and Larry Page co-founded Google. When Eric Schmidt became the company's CEO in 2001, Brin was named President of Technology. When the Alphabet parent company was founded in 2015, he retained the same position there till resigning in 2019 and handing over leadership to Sundar Pichai. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe and I'll love you forever.